Okay, welcome to, it is what, April 7th? Yes. So with we got the first 10 days out of April done. We're going to start with the pledge. I will mute everyone. Then you can unmute yourself when we are done. Okay, we'll start with the TOPS pledge. I am an intelligent person. I will control my emotions, not let my emotions control me. Every time I'm tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I will take off pounds sensibly. TOPS pledge. I'm an intelligent person. I will control my emotions, not let my emotions control me. Every time I'm tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I am to be an example as I keep off pounds sensibly. Okay, you can unmute yourself. Before I turn, Terriann has the program today, but just want to catch up with everybody. Rhonda, have you lost that 1 pound yet?
I have not been a chapter yet.
When's that? Tomorrow?
That's tomorrow, but I will not be at my chapter. I will be at another chapter graduating at COPS. They wanted me to come do a ceremony, so I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Well, bring your travel papers.
I will. I was at the gym today though, and I got on their scale, and it has to be three pounds below goal. So.
Oh, I would definitely, because the same day as your chapter meeting.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, I generally weigh in at this chapter. Yeah.
Nice. Well, hey, I made COPS at your chapter. 12 hours from my home. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, in 2019, I weighed in at COPS at her chapter, at her chapter in Clarksville, Tennessee. So, yeah, and we got a picture taken with our Pinky Promise shirts on and everything. So, okay, I am going to make Terriann co-host. Where are you? Got to find your name. Okay, get this big so I can see. Terriann, there you go. Make co-host. Yes, I want to make her co-host. There we go. So Terriann has the program today. Terriann, you can mute everyone if you want to, and okay. It's all yours.
Hi. Thank you, Joanne, for giving me this opportunity.
You're welcome.
So this is going to be a repeat of one that I actually did for my chapter a while ago, because I know that Cynthia Mack came on last week and she did a great program, but she talked like a lot about water, which is great. Everyone's supposed to drink water. You're supposed to drink, half your body weight in ounces in water. And not everybody does that. I don't do that. I may drink half my body weight in coffee, and you need water to make coffee, so therefore it should count, but I don't think that it really does. But I went on a TOPS retreat with Cynthia Mack years ago where we basically focused on the exchange system. So I am going to do not necessarily so much of an exchange review, but more to focus on my favorite category, which is starches, because our people may not necessarily be aware of this, but it's most of the exchanges are pretty easy to remember. Once you kind of get it, you can kind of, estimate most of them using a couple of different portions. Like, for example, a fruit exchange is basically going to be a small or medium-sized fruit, half of a banana, or a cup of cut fruit, and you're pretty much good to go. There are some specifics, like technically strawberries is a cup and a quarter, raspberries, it's a cup, blueberries, it's 3/4 of a cup, but basically it's about a cup, or a small fruit, or a half a cup of fruit juice, and there's your fruit exchange. And vegetables is basically a cup raw, 2 cups of salad greens, and a half a cup cooked. I've done with vegetables. The milk exchange is like a cup of milk or 2/3 of cup of yogurt, and we're done with the milk exchange. The meat exchange is 1 ounce of meat is your meat exchange, but a serving of meat is usually around 3 ounces. So that does require a little bit of more specific things, but basically it's 1 ounce of meat. And then a fat exchange is going to be either a tablespoon of a quote light fat or a teaspoon of a heavier fat. And you can pretty much kind of go with that. For the most part, that's a real simple way of doing it. However, the starch exchange has literally about a dozen different specifications to let you know what it actually is. So if this is, if anybody's well aware of this already, then I sincerely apologize with it. But because being aware of exchanges is something that I've had to do for the last 38 years, I feel like I'm pretty well versed in it. But anyway, and I have a document that actually does list everything that, Joanne, if you have people's emails addresses, I can send it to you. And then that way you'll get a breakdown much more detailed than what I just read off.
Mhm.
But what I read off is a good place to start, just to quickly kind of get the idea, especially, vegetables and exchanges, a cup raw, half a cup cooked, 2 cups of salad greens. And that's it. I mean, yeah, there's more specifications. And like, again, with the fruits, it's half a cup of juice, small piece of fruit, cup of cut fruit or berries.
Mhm.
Again, roughly, that's the idea. But with starches, it's way, way, way more intense. And starches are the exchange most people tend to overeat on the easiest. So
Very easy.
does anybody have any questions so far or want to make any comments yet? Or
Everybody, I have most of you guys email. Make sure you private message me your email address so I can get everything to you guys.
okay, we good? Are we good so far?
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
So now the question is, does anybody know what a starch exchange is supposed to contain from a calorie, fat, gram specifics?
I think
Uh,
it's 80
fif-
calories, around 80, but
80 calories, 15 grams of carbs.
Very good. And 0 to 3 grams of protein and 0 to 1 grams of fat,
Mhm.
which means if you have, here we go. See, when I did this for my chapter, I literally had like exhibit A. I had like a bunch of like Ziploc baggies, and I had to write
Ah.
a dozen things out. And then they all had like a letter, like what is A, what is B, and they had to like write them down. But you really can't do that with a Zoom meeting. So sorry. But anyways, so this is a piece of bread.
Mhm.
This is your basic piece of bread. This is from a not Wonder, I'm sorry. This is like Freihoffer's wheat bread.
Oh, yummy.
Now, a serving, if you looked at the side package of it, a serving of what their bread is actually 2 slices. But 2 slices of bread has 26 grams of carbs and 2 grams of fiber, which means that each piece of bread is 13 grams of carbs and 1 gram of fiber. So 1 piece of bread is a starch exchange. So if you were to have the 2 pieces of bread, which they're labeling as a serving, that is almost 2 starch exchanges. The 1,500 calorie diet plan from Tops states you should be eating 6 starch exchanges in a day. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I don't eat 6 starch exchanges. But if you had a sandwich of this bread, you're eating up about 2.
Mhm.
So you got to make that aware. It's not per item, it's per exchange, which is again, 80 calories, 15 grams of carbs, 0 to 3 grams of protein, and 0 to 1 grams of fat. And the reason I bring that up is because not everything is as simple and neat and easy to follow as a simple slice of bread, which is dried out now. And I literally took it out of the package about a half hour ago. So it really does not it does not invite me to eat it. But again, there's also nothing on it. If you were to put a teaspoon of butter on it, that would be a starch and a fat exchange. So just that you're aware that you got to remember that. But if I were to put a teaspoon of a sugar-free fruit preserve, well, that would be a free exchange. But that would be one of the free exchanges that you have to count. So just to kind of give you kind of an idea, basically you're looking at approximately 1 ounce of starch is going to equal about 1 starch exchange. So for that, you could literally have about a cup of a puffed cereal. So if you eat like puffed rice or puffed wheat, you could have about a cup of that in a bowl. However, you're looking at much, much less if it's something that's more dense like oatmeal. But oatmeal would be basically a half a cup, would basically be 1 starch exchange. And, or if you're eating like grape nuts or something like that, or granola, it's literally only a 1/4 cup is going to be equal to 1 starch exchange. Now, if you've ever measured out a full cup of puffed cereal and how nicely it looks in the bowl, you can't put that much granola or grape nuts in the bowl, because that would actually be 4 starch exchanges if you were to make a cup of that. However, if you were to go to McDonald's, 1 pancake is basically equal to 1 starch exchange. But that's also because the McDonald's pancakes are very small. If you go to a diner, 1 pancake is going to be equal to 1.5 starch exchanges, and they are not giving you 1 pancake when you place an order. McDonald's doesn't give you 1 pancake if you place an order, you're getting 3. You're going to get 3 at the diner. But the point is, you've got to keep in mind that the pancake doesn't really have much fat on it. But if you were to get French toast, that's going to have fat already on it, because when they make the French toast, they're putting butter on it, they're putting egg in it, and it's going to be basically a starch and a fat for 1 piece of French toast. And that's assuming they're using this bread. And most diners are using like challah bread or thicker bread or bakery type bread, because it tastes a lot better. So you're not going to get, it's not like 3 pieces of French toast at the diner is going to be equal to 3 starch exchanges. It's not necessarily. You got to find out essentially what goes into that piece of bread, and it more than likely is going to be 1.5 ounces or more. Basically, to continue on, an English muffin, half of an English muffin counts as 1, but technically an English muffin is about 25. So you can kind of tweak your numbers a bit, have the whole English muffin and count it as 1.5, but you can't eat the whole English muffin and count it as 1. A hamburger bun is basically going to be 2 starch exchanges, or if you eat your burger open faced, your basic, and when I'm talking basic, I'm talking the cheap stuff that they sell at Stop and Shop, because that's going to be basically 1. You get them bigger, fluffier buns, that's going to be more grams of carbs. It's going to be 2 or more, because if 1 starch exchange is equal to 15 grams of carbs, then 2 starch exchanges would be 30. If you go to McDonald's, their buns are 36. If you go to Wendy's or Five Guys, their buns are 38. And there are actually hamburger buns that are actually like 43 to 44 grams of carbs. And that is close to 3 starch exchanges. So when you think back to the TOPS diet plan, I'm sorry to say diet plan, but the TOPS plan using the 1,500 calorie guideline, and it says 6 starch exchanges in a day, it's talking about 1 exchange being the 80 calories, 15 grams of carbs. So moving on, you can get half a cup to a third of a cup of pasta for your starch exchange, but it's going to depend on the density of the pasta that you're pouring out. Lots of airy type pastas, you can get the half a cup. More dense pasta that kind of fits neater in the cup serving, you're only going to get a third of a cup for 1 starch exchange. And for rice, 1/3 of a cup is essentially 1 starch exchange. I'm going to move for a minute because I forgot to take this out of my closet, because so many people go to the store, and because time is money and you want to be really quick and easy, and of course I can't find it now, but they sell those cups of rice, like the minute rice which I thought I had in my pantry. Those cups, that's essentially 3 starch servings. And a lot of people think, oh, I'll just eat that for my lunch. Well, if you're eating that whole cup, you're eating 3 starch servings in that one container. 1/3 of a baked potato, if it is a 4-ish ounce size baked potato, is going to be a starch serving. But most baked potatoes that you get at like Outback Steakhouse are going to be 5 and 6 ounce potatoes because it looks nicer on the plate and they want to give you more for your money. They're going to give you a much larger one. That could very well be 3 or so starch servings if you ate that entire baked potato. And now here's the thing. A lot of times people that don't eat meat, your meat serving is going to be basically your 1 ounce of meat. Your chicken, your beef, your seafood, your eggs, that's all 1 ounce. However, people that are vegetarians often use that. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to eat beans. They've got a lot of protein. Beans, however, also have a lot of carbohydrates. And so a 1/4 cup of beans is going to be a starch exchange as well as one of your meat exchanges. And then people want to eat vegetables. Like I said, again, the vegetable exchange is a 1/2 cup cooked, 1 cup raw, or 2 cups of salad greens. But that's your non-starchy vegetables. Your starchy vegetables, like your potato or corn or peas, counts as a starch exchange. It's a vegetable, so it's better than a piece of bread, but it still is going to count as one of your starch exchanges. And then you can have basically 1 ounce of pretzels, which is, again, kind of like a fun snacky thing. But again, it's 1 ounce, which is about 20 of the mini size ones, or about 6 of the larger sized ones. You do get 3 pops of air pop popcorn for 1 starch exchange, but oftentimes you're going to be adding a fat to that as well, which makes me bring to bagels. This is basically, I'm taking it out of the package. This is a Thomas bagel. This bagel is 260 calories. It has only 1.5 grams of fat. It does have 9 grams of protein, but it has 53 grams of carbohydrate, which means essentially that this one bagel is 3.5 starch exchanges. So if you're like, oh, well, I'll be healthy, I'll only eat half of it. Well, that's great, but together it's 3.5. So if you eat 1/2 today and 1/2 tomorrow, you're looking at almost 2 starch exchanges right here and almost 2 starch exchanges right here. And if you eat the whole bagel together, and this is the Thomas's ones, that's going to be 3.5 starches. If you go to Dunkin' Donuts and you get a plain bagel there, those are 60 grams of carbohydrates. They are actually 4 starch exchanges. And then, of course, my favorite. But understand, that was just a starch exchange for the bagel. If you decide to put butter or cream cheese or jelly on that, you need to count that as well. And then we have the muffin, which I like. I like the muffin. I like the muffin a whole lot. That is why I am overweight.
A big muffin.
This muffin is essentially 4 starch exchanges and 4 fat exchanges.
Good dance.
So, I know, that's so good. But the one muffin is 4 starch and 4 fat, because there's like 20 grams of fat in this muffin. And a starch exchange is only supposed to have between 0 to 1 grams of fat. So when you're talking that it has 22 grams of fat, you kind of got to count 4 fat servings and as well as the 4 starch servings, because it's like 63 grams of carbs, 3 are fiber, but the point is it's 4 starches and 4 fats for this lovely cinnamon muffin. So anyway, so I do have a document which kind of lists everything that I just spoke about. And it has a couple more things in there as well. I didn't, like I said, go into much of a show and tell, but you got to think about this one. If you were to go, and I don't know what people's, eating habits are. I just know mine are not that great. And I tend to go through the drive-thrus a lot. That, let's say you have kids or you have your grandkids and you think, oh, you're going to swing through the drive-thru, you're going to get them chicken nuggets. The chicken nuggets at McDonald's have no sugar and they have like some type of batter dipping. I personally don't really care for them that much. I like the ones at Wendy's a lot better, but a 4 size nugget serving at Wendy's does have 10 grams of carbohydrate. That is pretty close to a starch serving, and it's chicken nuggets. And you're thinking, oh, it's just chicken nuggets, it's just chicken. Not necessarily. You got to count the breaded coating, which is why a lot of times chicken has breading on it. You've got to count that. And so forth. And basically any starch, any bread coating, any grain is going to count part of your starch serving. So you need to be mindful of that. But so that's about it for today. So hopefully, if anybody has any questions, feel free to let me ask.
That was good.
It was very good. Thank you very much. Don't forget also the milk, the milk exchange. You can have the high fat. You don't have to have low fat. Just got to realize it'll be the higher end of the calories if you do the full fat, which is so much better. But if you're really counting the calories, if you're on, on a thin line like at goal, be aware of especially the meats. There's the high end and the low end of the calories. It's all 1 ounce, but if it's red meat, a lot more calories. So any questions for Terriann? Okay, any non-scale victories this week, anybody? Rhonda, I expect either a video message or a text message saying you made goal tomorrow.
I just got on the
Oh.
phone a little bit ago from a lady that's an advocate here in the state of Tennessee. And of course, I say advocate, but I told her she will always be my area captain.
Right.
Because she was my area captain. And I told her, I said, I'm just about at goal. I said, you're the first one that I've told that I weighed in today at goal, below goal. And she was thrilled and elated that I told her first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I want to get there and maintain for a little while.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I waited a week before I didn't claim it till I came back to my chapter to make sure I could stick with it. Give myself a little leeway.
Silly me. I claimed it the first night and stuck to it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I just wanted to make sure I could.
I didn't know
maintain
that
it.
you could do that,
Right.
that you can wait.
A lot of people don't know that you can be at goal, but you don't have to claim cops. That's totally voluntary. I don't.
Didn't there used to be something called cops in waiting?
Cops in waiting or tops at goal.
It was like 14 weeks long, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
It was 13.
The 13? Yeah.
That was
okay, thank you.
before my time.
See, I've been in it long enough. I should have heard of this. I've never heard of it.
No,
I heard of it, but I thought it was
it's pretty
6 weeks.
old. It's pretty old.
It's very old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no mention of it anywhere in the rules or
So
the book
you
anywhere.
talk about Wendy's restaurant. I worked there for 9 years, and I do believe that Dave did die of a heart attack.
I
He
believe
was a
it.
big man. He was a big man, and he, one of the benefits was you could get free food as being a supervisor. And
Yeah.
I would always get the grilled chicken, but even with the grilled chicken, they were cooking that grilled chicken on the same grill that they were cooking all the hamburgers on.
Right.
So you were
have all
getting that
meat
grease.
fat. Yep.
You were getting that grease. Yeah.
Has anybody used the
But-
book from the website called Fast Lane?
No.
It has a lot of popular restaurants in there, and it'll tell you, like, it'll have the nuggets, and you go in there, it'll tell you every exchange that's in there. Tell you what's in it and the final exchanges. They have carbs and then other carbs, which would be your vegetables. But yeah.
What's it called?
Fast Lane?
Fast
It's in Fast Lane. It's in the under meal planning, I believe. I have 2 copies. One is very well used. Very well used.
But
But it
Terriann,
tells
that was
you-
the best example you're so knowledgeable. That's it's all in your head. It's terrific.
Oh, no, I had my information from.
Oh, you did?
You just
Oh.
couldn't see her, what is it, her
Oh,
keypad, or what do they
You've
call
got
the,
a good
Yeah,
set
my
of
tablet,
eyes.
it's all here. I got everything.
yeah.
Oh, I'm
And that's
well, a
the only
tablet.
thing
I was
I'll
gonna
say.
say, if you're on a phone, you got a good set of eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, the fast lane, if you go out, like if you're traveling or you go out to eat, it even has, I don't think it's been updated for a while, but it has the exchanges in there. And I like,
Nice.
I mean, it has a Firehouse, which is not a new restaurant. I mean, well, not as old as McDonald's, but McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Taco
Mm.
Bell, White Castle, all kinds of, and then they do the basics too, and they also have the condiments in there,
Mm.
drinks, everything. Starbucks is in there. That's like, okay, yeah, I won't get latte anymore. It's like, like 2 milk servings, you know. But that is, Fastlane is a good reference for the food exchange if you eat out. But who here uses the food exchange?
Lately, yes.
Yeah, I've got like 4 sets of cards around my house. I was thinking today, it's like, well, why not? I've been using Fitness Pal for a while. Why not do the exchanges? And it's like, and they're right there where at the stove was like, I forgot to do it. But it was right there. But I waver between the food exchange and counting calories. It all depends on how close I am to
I've
my goal
never,
number.
I will say I've probably, I want to say I've never counted calories, but when I was doing the exchanges, when they were first teaching me it, it was hard just getting the food groups down, but then they
Right.
said, okay, now we're going to tweak it a little bit. And now I want you to write the calories next to the food that you're eating.
Right.
So you did learn it. I learned it a little bit, but like Terriann says, you pretty much know what a food is,
Mhm.
you pretty much, you get
Mhm.
that guide. And I've never
Right.
kept track. I think if I would count calories, I would stumble because I'm just not a math person.
Well, you gotta be careful too if you're eating out. Like one day, let me see if I can get to it. It's like I was really good. I didn't eat a whole lot for breakfast because I just didn't have time. But let me see, where is my Fitness Pal?
But I do
It's like-
avoid that muffin.
Oh yeah. It's like 400 calories. Okay, it's
yeah,
going
oh,
away.
trust me. No, my husband came home from work. He's like, I thought there were 2 muffins in here. I says, yes, there were. He's got a package of 4 up there. I said, yes, there were 2 in there the other day. I ate one. I said, and I can't have you eat this one yet because I need to use it.
Mhm.
Go and tell it
Yeah.
to Tom.
So I found it. Okay, I did really good. I didn't have breakfast because I had a doctor's appointment. Well, no, because I had my meeting. I don't eat before my meeting on Saturdays. I had reduced Italian Myers has reduced Italian. So it's basically the 647 bread. It's 40 calories a slice. So I had that, and I had cashew butter, which is 2 tablespoons, which is 2 meats. It's 166 calories. So for lunch, 282 calories. But I was on the road. I hiked. So I said, I'm hungry. I'll go get McDonald's, a small fry and a double McDouble, which is only 1 piece of dirt cheese food, 610 calories. So I blew my diet, one little tiny meal. So you got to be careful because McDouble has 390 calories.
And that was 4 starch servings.
Yes, it's like a McDouble has 1.5 meats, like 2 or 3 fats, 2 starches, condiments, a pickle, which is like 12 calories. So but one tiny meal, I did really good until I decided not to just eat my healthy snack and go to McDonald's because I was really thirsty. I'm here, I'll get a McDouble and a small fry because it's cheaper to get both because 2 for $3 instead of paying $2 for each. Get them separate. It's like, yeah, so I blew my diet.
You fell
Excuse
into
me,
the
I
trap.
blew my budget. My budget. So I
Yeah.
mean, so basically I really didn't have anything but water afterwards because, okay, I didn't have breakfast and I had 1,200 calories just for lunch. I mean, for dinner. So you gotta be very careful when you when you pick and choose. Nothing's forbidden. We can eat whatever we want. But most of the times, I didn't this time because I was starving.
Yeah. So
But I would get the McDouble and throw away the roll and just eat the meat. And that one piece
for
of
the
cheese food.
protein, yeah.
That's it. But it's like, okay, new car, I'm not getting it dirty.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to spill that ketchup because I forgot to get it plain.
So if I
But,
have to eat out, I will get like a junior.
Mhm.
I'll eat at Burger King because it's just tastes a little bit better. But
A Whopper is
I'll get a
760 calories.
a junior Whopper though. I won't
Yes,
get a
that's
whole
about
Whopper.
300.
Yeah,
But I always believe
and
it
it's
said,
I'll only stop if I have, like you said,
right,
if I've had a light breakfast and
right.
been on the go and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, like Burger King.
For the most part, I
Whopper,
don't
the
eat
big
out at
Whopper. Oh, it is between.
But you can find healthy foods anywhere. As McDonald's
Yes.
will sell scrambled eggs. You
Right.
can get grilled chicken.
Right.
Whether or not
Yeah.
they still have salads, I don't know, but they still have
Mm.
lettuce. You can ask them to put lettuce in a box for you, and they
I-
still have apple slices.
Grilled chicken,
So-
they don't sell grilled chicken anymore. It's all fried. I asked, do you
They
have
got
grilled
rid of
chicken
it?
anymore? They do not have grilled chicken anymore.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
Okay.
asked
Sorry.
because they used to have the snack wraps and they put, or they had the option of the crispy chicken or the grilled chicken. It's not on the menu anymore. The grilled chicken's not there anymore.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was shocked because all of
Mm.
a sudden I don't see it because they put this new crispy chicken in place of it.
I had a
Wow.
I do not eat out, but I've been finding myself like out with doctor's appointments. So it's like
Right.
you've got to grab something. You've got to grab
Right.
something. So I was craving a fish sandwich, so I got a fish sandwich. I was very disappointed in it. I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't want it. I didn't need it.
Right. And the
It
fish
didn't appeal to me at
sandwich,
all.
was
It's
it like
not
a
like
McDonald's or something?
yeah, it was
Oh,
small
yeah.
and thin.
I
and
remember, they used to use lard. They used to use
Oh.
lard, and then they went to vegetable. But when they fry those foods, you got to add those extra fats. It's absorbing.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
fish is so soaked in oil.
Yeah.
It drips. I mean, it's really, really, really good, but it
so
really
how
tasted
tops
better
can
with lard.
change you. How tops can change you.
Yes,
and
it
just
makes you
learn
conscious.
learn
Yes.
the healthy ways of eating.
Yeah.
I used to eat 2 fish sandwiches
Mhm.
or
Oh,
2
yeah.
double cheeseburgers, or I was a bad fast food person.
It was easy. It was just too easy.
was. And it's terrible because when it got that taste, you wanted more and didn't know how to shut that off.
Yes.
But I found different tastes and different foods in the exchange system.
Right.
Taught you how to eat healthy.
Right. Makes you conscious of how to make good choices.
Yeah.
We grew up a certain way. I grew up
However,
eating potatoes.
listening to Terriann, I'm eating way too much fruit. I'm
Mhm.
eating my portions. I'm eating because I'll eat 3 or 4 fruits for breakfast. I don't need 3 or 4 fruits for breakfast.
Mhm. I do
plus-
too.
Yeah. Well, I try to get in all my fruits all at once, but still, if you measured it out, I'm
Right.
eating. I'm still overeating. So important that you,
Right.
just for a little reminder, measure what you're
Yep.
doing.
Yeah, because
And I think you'd be surprised. I
you
have
can get-
been.
you can get so used to just estimating it, and then gradually our
All of a
portions
sudden,
get bigger.
you've gone over. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I get frozen fruit, especially when it's not in season. Like I had frozen cherries.
Geez,
It says
I
a cup
cannot.
of cherries is 90 calories, but a serving of fruit is 60 calories. So you gotta do a little math.
Spoiled brat. I'm a spoiled brat.
You like fresh?
Sorry, I don't mean to talk over you.
That's okay.
I'm a spoiled brat. I will only eat fresh fruit. That's it. I cannot do frozen fruit at all.
Well, my grandson and I both like it better because like like I have canned cherries because I'll get big 5-gallon buckets full when it's in season and I'll
Mhm.
freeze it or can it so I can do juices later.
Yeah.
But we decided that we prefer it frozen. We'll take grapes and put it on a skewer and freeze a serving of it, and it's there. And especially when it's hot out,
Mm.
frozen grapes are perfect.
No, I
cool off.
tried that. It didn't work for me.
Yeah, one of the girls in my Tops chapter lost 100 pounds. She did so by eating frozen grapes. I'm like, I gotta try this, and I did not like them.
No,
I
it
wish
didn't.
that I had, but I didn't.
Yeah, well, I what I do is I have a chest freezer. I take a sheet cake pan or a half a sheet cake pan and make sure they're all clean and dry, and then single layer them and put them in there till they're individually frozen, like the stores do. That way, they're not chunked together because of all the moisture. But I do them in a single layer to freeze them, but I like them. I
Terriann,
do not like frozen strawberries. I just
Terriann,
don't like frozen strawberries.
On ice cream? Ooh.
Yes, Rhonda, did you say something?
yeah, I wanted to tell you that I'm sure that wasn't the only thing she'd done to lose that weight.
I'm sure
No.
she did other stuff too.
I've
I
never
know
had
Absolutely.
frozen grapes, and
It's like,
I've done it.
someone has lost
Yeah.
100 pounds. You want to pay attention to what they're doing.
I've
And
never
Right.
had frozen grapes, and I've done it. So
Right.
and that's the thing. I was like, oh, this is because you know what it was something new. I said, I'm good. I have to try it. I like grapes. I like frozen treats. Let me try it. And it didn't, I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. So
Well,
I'm
not
sure
great.
she has any other hints.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she won't tell you all her secrets. You know, we don't do that. But grapes is also very high water content too.
that might have been it, that it felt like
High
I was
water
eating like ice
content.
cubes or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
used to live on the watermelon diet.
But I'll tell you, have you counted calories for watermelon? Very high
Yeah.
carb content. Really,
But if
really
that's all
good.
you're
But
eating, but
Yeah.
with nuts and
mhm.
or even I won't even go into how it's my diet is screwy. I just
Well, hey, you have
I
other
just learned
problems.
that my staple that I have for breakfast every morning, my blueberries that I absolutely love, I'm not supposed to be eating them.
Mhm. They're very high acid.
'Cause- Yeah, and cabbage. I've been on a cabbage kick. No, I'm not. So Top says you there's no such thing as no, but when
Until
you
your
have
doctor says so.
yeah,
Until your doctor says so.
until you have some limitations,
Right.
there's a there's a lot of no's for me, but
Right.
but it just reinforces to get those good foods in.
Right. Yeah, you have to look at your health before you can say, yes, I can eat everything, but say I have GERD, there's a lot of, I have strawberries, I shouldn't because berries are very high acid, blueberries are very high acid. So what I do is put the fruit I want and then pour my yogurt over it, and it cuts it a little bit. But you still have to watch out because they're high acid, and when you have stomach problems, it's not good.
So it's
So good.
they're high in oxalates, which
Yes, they are.
my problem is the kidney stones.
Right.
So
That's my husband's problem too.
yeah. So
I just have the bad reflux.
but so isn't every food has every
Yes.
food you eat has oxalates in it. They're all they've all got some, whether it's
Mhm.
low, medium, or high, they're all
Mhm.
so just I have to learn which ones are the right
Right.
ones.
Right. And just like you have the GI value, what is it called? Glucose index for diabetics. You gotta, you don't want those potatoes, you want something with the low GI. But Any other questions or anything else to be discussed?
Can
Anybody
I
want to
share-
volunteer for next week?
Joanne, can I share a book that
Sure,
I've just purchased?
sure.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything wrong.
No,
I saw
no.
this author, his name is Michael Moss, interviewed, and this is a new book that's out. It's called
Ooh.
Hooked,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's about food, free will, and how the food giants exploit our addictions.
Yes, they do.
And I've
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
started reading the beginning of it. And I can't wait to read the whole thing.
Mhm.
There's lots of good stuff in here. And his interview was so interesting.
Mhm.
He wrote Salt, Sugar, and Fat. If
Ah,
you've seen that
Yeah.
book, but it looks like it's really, really good.
that's good.
Oh, you'll have to
Hooked.
share. Maybe you can do a program on it.
Yeah, it's got to be. I'm an advocate. It has to be a tops
Oh,
related.
tops.
We
tops,
can't
that's right.
do. Yeah,
That's right.
that's
Oh,
the
that's why
biggest problem.
That's why she said she wasn't sure about it. That's
Yeah,
right.
you can share it, but you can't do a program on it because we got to use
Sure.
tops research.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
That was I had to sign the dotted line. I will only promote tops.
Yeah.
But I mean,
also have non-scale victory this
yes.
week.
Yay.
So when I'm less than 10 pounds over my goal right now. And anytime I gain any weight, it goes right to where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
so I have 2 sizes of pants. And when I gain, it doesn't take much to have to go
Right.
up in my size of pants. So I go to Silver Sneakers. I've started playing pickleball. It's probably been like 3 months now, and excellent exercise. And I get a lot of steps and running when we're
Right.
playing. I play, and it's only like 2 hours, 2 days a week. Some days sometimes on the weekend,
Mhm.
if we have good weather. But my good tops friend is behind me in my Silver Sneakers group. And last week she said, you know, that pickleball must be doing you some good. And it's like, oh, I didn't notice. So I went home and put on my smaller pants that fit fine.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Even though I'm not back down to my goal yet, but I know I'm firming up back there.
Yay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very excited.
That's a real pick-me-up. That's
That
terrific.
is.
It felt good. I'm just
Yeah,
glad she said something because I didn't know it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, whenever we can put on our skinny clothes, we feel good. But hey, like, yeah, she's no longer wearing my size clothes. Let me see. He's disappearing. Yeah, he's disappearing. She's down, what, an extra small? It's like, really?
Who's an extra small?
Jessica's an extra
Yes.
small.
Oh yeah, she's really dropped.
But she's
looks
also
good.
much younger than we are.
Yeah.
So she's got the
Mhm.
higher metabolism. But yeah, and of course her meds. But I mean, she's like, when have you? No, she's like, I'm telling you, this much calories. Like, when do I worry about calories? Because she's just burning it off.
Yeah.
But I wish I could be that way at these days. But no, at our age, we have to worry about our metabolism is not as high as these young critters.
Oh,
It's not fair.
I'm so tired of going to a doctor's office and seeing that obesity on the paper. I'm so
Yes.
tired of that.
Mine still says overweight.
It's such a downer.
It is. It is a downer. I don't like the BMI scale. I was like, no,
No.
take that away.
That's where they're coming up with the obesity there.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we know this. We don't need to put a name to it. We just need to go from unhealthy to healthy. The weight doesn't matter. I am healthy at overweight.
Yeah, that's
She's-
if
She
If-
just
if they
told
were
me, go ahead.
if they were to put me where they want me to be, I would be very unhealthy.
Jessica's 1 inch shorter than me at 5'1". At 118, it still said obese on the BMI. And
You
she's
gotta
stick
be
thin. She's
Kidding.
stick thin. Because she's 5'1". Like, okay. Yep. At 118, went from obese. But 3 pounds lighter, it went to just overweight.
Wow.
Oh, normal. But yeah, the fine line between normal and obese is just ridiculous.
Mhm. So you can't do that to yourself. You can't.
No, my nutritionist, she went into a sliding scale. So she said, I'm going in at your age and your height, and we're not using the blanket one that one size fits all. But
So,
go ahead.
my doctor, well, because I asked for a new goal slip,
Right.
and she had to, for the insurance,
Mhm.
write in her paperwork obesity. I'm
Right.
like, come on.
It's because of the statistics. They want
Yeah.
I can't say the word statistics in there. And it's just ridiculous. Oh, she's
You're
hiding
glowing
goodies in her
tonight, Rhonda.
sling. She's hiding snacks in her sling.
Oh,
Tell her not to do that. It's a vicious cycle.
Oh no, I mean the one med she's on speeds up her metabolism. She can't gain weight. She keeps losing it, and she had to lower her goal because
A medication that increases your metabolism?
because she
I've heard of
she
that.
said it's idiopathic sleep disorder. So she has a pill so she can actually stay awake. So she can go to work,
Oh,
and it revs up her metabolism.
okay.
I said,
Interesting.
I need some of that, but no, I don't have a sleep disorder, so I can't have it.
I've got one more non-scale victory.
Sure.
And well, I mean, I said the scale read that at the gym.
Right.
But it's like this week particularly, that's real. I mean, I was really surprised because 3 pounds under goal. But what did I do last weekend when I had Mexican on Saturday night? I went to the church carry-in for breakfast, and then I had a ham dinner for Easter. Now
That's all salty. Did you drink a lot more water?
I don't know. But I'm counting it as a non-scale victory because like when I joined the gym and the trainer said, we want to get you where you can have a little something, something.
Yeah.
If you want a little something, something. Well, I did that
That's
this
right.
weekend and I'm still under goal.
Right. Sometimes
Wow.
we get to the point where we're not
Congratulations.
eating enough.
Mhm.
Sometimes we can get to
That's
the point where
right.
we're not eating enough. I mean, my system works better when I eat more, but I can't always do that because if I'm not hungry, I try not to eat because that trigger to stop eating doesn't appear because you're already not hungry.
But you also do a lot of hiking too, so that's using up a lot of energy.
Right. Well, I also had to change my diet for some reason, and it happened to a friend of mine too, because of the GERD. I have to start eating stuff that's easily digestible, so not a whole lot of red meat. I had to stop eating the nuts that I can have on the trail because they're very hard to digest. Stuff like that. It's like I had to figure out what to eat again. So for a while there, I was eating less than 500 calories a day because it hurt to eat. It's like,
So I've just gone through this. I've just gone through this, and I figured out today something was not right. And I called the pharmacy. I said, "Hey, can you do a drug interaction for me?" Yeah. My thyroid medication. You're not supposed to take it within 4 hours. The the Nexium, you're not supposed to take it within 4 hours of taking your thyroid. So
Well, I didn't know
probably-
that. They have me taking it all together because I take my thyroid pill and my
No,
Nexium at the same
no,
time.
It changes. No, I'm not playing doctor here, but I just learned this tonight. It changes the way your thyroid, I forget.
No
one
wonder
of
my
them
thyroid
binds,
pills aren't working.
one of them binds to each other and
Ah.
it interferes with how
Oh.
your thyroid works.
So
how your
I guess
thyroid
I'll take
medication
I'll
works.
take the put the Nexium at night instead of in the morning with my thyroid pill.
Oh,
Thank you. I didn't ever even thought
yeah.
that because all of a sudden I'm can't lose. I'm gaining
You
weight
gain-
and
I'm
I'm not.
gaining weight too,
changing
and I was like,
anything.
"What?" I'm like, "Wait a minute, I have not had this problem."
Okay.
Like, and it
Yeah.
was, I've only been on it for 3 days, and it's like, bam! I'm like, "Hey, hello, something wrong."
I never thought to ask for drug interaction. And what gets me is the pharmacist didn't say anything either. Because nothing
Yeah.
says to not take it unless I'm not. I have bifocals. I
Yeah.
can't read all that tiny writing in the big stuff that comes with the prescriptions.
Yeah,
Guess I gotta start reading them.
I have to be very careful. It didn't. Well, it did list. If you go online, it did list the thyroid
Interactions.
as an interaction, but
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but it didn't say that you could still take your antacids, for your
But just not at
GERD.
the same time. Okay.
Yeah, just at the same time.
Okay. I'll have to do that.
So I thought I would share that. You're talking about GERD
Yes.
tonight. I'm like, yeah.
Yes. That's good. Well, even my dentist said, because my GERD is killing my teeth. Well, he's like, well, take an antacid, like take a Pepsid at night before you go to bed, because everything just settles in your mouth at night. It's like, oh, that stuff is gross. Chewable crap. Ugh. But it works. You don't get that sour tasting mouth in the morning. It's like, that's cool. But learn something new from the
Yeah.
dentist. It's about your gut. So, but any other anything else? Oh, IRD. You can now purchase your ticket, and you can you can buy the charms and stuff at the same time. I don't know how much it is. I think they said something about $15 or $16 for your ticket, but you can buy a bundle, like you can get a recording or a flash drive of it. I was just briefly looking at it, but when you go to your members page, they have stuff about you can now buy your IRD ticket for July.
What platform are they using?
I didn't see that. I just the
Okay.
ticket. I didn't see what platform it was. But you
So
can
what
now.
is it? What do you mean by platform? What is that?
Meaning, are they using Zoom? Are they using Webinar Jam? Are they using WebEx Meeting? Are they using,
Now let me plug in and let me find
I would
out.
think that they'd have to do probably a webinar because it's been
It's
so many
probably a
people.
webinar.
Yeah.
Tops. Let me see.
just
'Cause I was
curious.
just on here. Sign in. Members area. Come on.
So I thought that supposed to get notification from Rick, but in April there was supposed to be something coming, but I've received nothing so far. Information.
Okay, it says one of a kind. What does it say? There's gonna be online sessions. It does not say platform at all. It does not say a platform. It doesn't say if it's Zoom or not. Okay.
I never go on that. I never go on the website. I need to go.
You
do
need
that.
to, because you can,
It's-
you basically, in the next magazine, the May-June magazine, there'll be a paper application to do it. Okay, it says, where IRD, you can do IRD virtual event plus charm. You can do the event plus a charm and DVD. IRD charm and flash drive. They have, oh, and they have a shooting star pin, which is gems. They have a commemorative logo pin, which if you signed up in 2019, you already have that. They have an IRD 2020 Niagara Falls pin, which is gorgeous. They have a lighthouse cooler bag And this is stuff you can order when you purchase your ticket for IRD.
Tickets.
It's not in the store, it's where you buy your IRD. So it's basically the store, the promo store that you would go to if you went to a physical IRD. They have a square conversion chart magnet, mini screwdriver kits, a cops shooting star, magnet clips, pens, 3 kinds of pens, and then a cleaning spray with cloth, like a, I think it's, let me look at it, what kind of cleaning for your glasses and devices.
So this is under
and-
the members area?
Under do members area, don't go into members resources, and then it has like the things for the blogs and everything. It says IRD update,
Okay.
and it has the store and stuff like that. But yeah, I need to. So there's a lot of stuff. I am going shopping.
So, are you allowed to order stuff without going, or you have to do the registration to get the stuff?
I don't know if it when you go into IRD, for what's it called? Let me go back. Or it's the event stuff. I'm assuming you don't have to buy the ticket if you don't want to, but why wouldn't you?
Mhm.
I mean, it's not expensive. Let me see what the event plus charm, how much that is.
Just wondering.
$19.99. And then you get your swag to buy. It's only $19.99 to get the event, to join the virtual event and get your charm. That's it,
No,
$19.99.
I thought I read somewhere that it was no, what am I coming up with $59? Is that what it was before?
$59 is
That was the
the
retreat price.
virtual retreats,
Oh,
right?
oh,
But I
wow.
mean, it's like, oh, and like the shooting star pin, which is gorgeous, is $30. It's all gems. But
No,
I mean, it's a once in a lifetime thing. It's like, you'd have to go to like an actual IRD to get this stuff. It's not something that you would get at an ARD. They're getting this specific for. It's like the Lighthouse cooler bag. It's a Tops cooler bag, only $8. It's basically a lunch bag. It's 13 by 17. So it's a lunch bag and it's gorgeous. It says Tops Clubs. It's really nice. And it's only $8. I guess I'll buy a couple because I run through those a lot. But I mean, it's like, oh, shopping. But they have all kinds of stuff. In pens, how much are the pens? $2 for a pen, which is good because I've bought a thing of,
they're keeping it reasonable. That's
it's
great.
really good prices. They're not making a whole lot of profit off those pens because I've bought 400 pens and they're not cheap. I mean, because I did health fairs. They're like these pens are
We just
about
did-
$1 to buy.
Yeah,
I mean,
they just did it. What do I want to say? They just did a thing for SRD where they were selling pens and they were
Right.
2 for $5.
right.
So
That's $2.50 each. Yeah. I mean, and they're really nice. And then a seven function pen. It has the stylus, an inch and metric ruler, a built-in level. Wow, I want one of those. 2 small screwdriver bits and twist to write in black ink. $3.
Ooh.
It's got a screwdriver in it. Wow, why not? So you ever and
We
it's got a
can't have
built-in
too many
level.
screwdrivers.
Oh, I always lose them, so yeah. You never know when you need it.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean, like the magnetic clips are $1.50 and they're really nice heavy duty clips. They're 3-inch clips with the magnet on them.
Mhm.
But otherwise, did you want?
I haven't seen this posted anywhere, like to let anybody know that they're.
Well, I just got an email from my spa about this. That's how I
Okay.
knew to go in there. So it is there.
Okay.
You can buy your tickets. They started, when did they start? Go on for sale? 2 days ago. Monday is when they
And
all
how,
the
do-
stuff
how are
came
they
in.
2
taking
days ago?
payments?
The 5th, they posted this on the 5th.
Yeah, no, but I like Tammy was saying, I haven't heard anything about this, and I'm part of the Tops Niagara Falls Facebook group, and nothing was
Right.
posted there either.
Well, I just got an email today from my spa, so the coordinators and us, unless you're in the website every day, I just found out about it
No, but I mean,
as an
my
advocate.
coordinator, nothing, I had checked that just before coming on here, and I didn't get anything from
Well,
her.
I got an email, that's when I know it's like, okay, let's see what they have it's in the Skinny from Tops.
Oh, the
Okay.
skin-
Skinny from Tops. Because I know on the Facebook page, I haven't seen anything about it either, unless I just haven't looked close enough. I don't always get all the posts from the official page. Yeah, so, but,
Excuse me.
did you guys want to end with the Never Quit Pledge or the Helping Hands?
I like to never quit.
Everybody?
Never quit.
Sure. Today I promise I will not quit. I pledge that no matter how many ups and downs I pass through, I will continue on my journey. I pledge to make a new start today, to forgive myself for my past, and to stop being so critical of myself. I pledge to take control of myself, to stop making excuses, and stop blaming other people or situations. I pledge to treat myself as I would my best friend, because that is who I am. I pledge to stay in the race and to be a winner, and we are all winners. And if we stumble, tomorrow's a new day. So everybody
That's
have a
right.
great day. Don't forget to buy your IRD ticket. I cannot wait. So I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, who wants to do the
Bye.
program next week? And we're gonna volunteer next Wednesday? Anybody? I guess I'll figure something else out.
I'll try something.
Okay, next
Hey,
Wednesday.
Molly.
Yay, Molly!
Thank
Woo!
you.
Molly.
Molly, what you did last Thursday was awesome. You could do that here. And I'll
Yes,
be
do that.
quiet.
Okay, do it, because was not on Sharon's last week. So-
Yeah, sorry I missed. Sorry I
Yeah,
missed.
Thursdays, I have chapter visits on Thursdays. I talk to you guys later.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
guys.
You too.
everybody.
Bye.